Hello, hello. Here I am. Sorry I'm late. Today my computer was on, the power was on. I had it all sitting waiting to just go tap tap. Ooh, I shouldn't have done that. Um and come right in. Well, that didn't happen. So then I had to turn the thing off and reboot it and whatever. But here I am. Happy Friday. I hope everyone's having a nice start to their weekend, end of week. I'm doing okay. I had a good night's sleep. I got some good stuff accomplished in terms of my move and organizing. Excuse me. Organizing stuff yesterday for my office. And yeah, I ate a little bit before I came on, so I'm not hungry. And overall, it's been an okay week, and I'll take that. I will take that. Okay is good enough. Hung out in some fun sales today and chatted with friends. Yeah. So I'm Lucinda. Hi. Nice to meet you if you don't know me. This is my Friday show and tell where, I spend time as needed talking about an item and why, with my 25 plus years of knowledge in selling jewelry and particularly vintage costume jewelry, why I'm dating it to the 50s, or why this glass looks Czechoslovakian, or how come these rhinestones look better than others, or this maker is very popular, or this is modern, or, this is very MCM, or this is a brutalist style, whatever, right? And the chat usually talks back to me about that. And together, I continue to learn, because you never stop learning. You can't know everything. There's just no way, even if it's only in one area like vintage costume jewelry, there's always a new thing you're going to learn. So the chat learns, I learn, and, I don't talk about it for hours, but I talk about it for a little bit as needed. A lot of things I've already talked about, so some I skirt over pretty quickly. We laugh, we try to have fun, and, I bring the item as a offer up at a starting bid, sometimes at a buy it now. And if you want to bid, you put the startup price in the comments. If you come in late, I don't do recaps. I don't find them worthwhile for me personally. If I'm with another reseller, I will list all my items by numbers or letters, and I will do a recap. But when it's just me, I just don't think it's worthwhile. You can always watch on the replay. And if you come in late and you want to see what you missed, because I always just have a big basket of items over here and pull, you can go to your speed settings, go to the beginning, put your speed settings on 2x, and through and drop the item in the chat and say, hey, did that item sell? Or that item, that bracelet, I want that, and put the price in. Okay? Pretty easy. I do this like everyone out there, all my reseller friends, of which I have quite a lot. And there's quite a lot I don't know. I invoice using PayPal and I ship using Pirate Ship. I am in Northern California. Housekeeping. I do 2-week build-a-boxes. This I sell on Mondays and Fridays. This is the end of week 1. Next week will be week 2. And then I will begin invoicing and shipping out that following weekend and week. Last week was the end of 2 weeks. I have billed everyone. I'm pretty sure everyone has paid. I had 2 different doctor's appointments along with other things this week. So I've billed everyone. They've paid. I will be packing. It's not a lot. I didn't sell a lot the last 2 weeks. I will be packing it up and they will all go out on Monday. Okay, so I got nobody in here. It's so variable. Sometimes, I can have up to over 200 views. And sometimes I get like 40. And sometimes there's 12, 15, 20 people in here. And sometimes there's nobody. And I don't know why at all, except that there's a lot of choices on Friday night. That I know. There's a lot of choices on Friday night. So for anyone who comes here or for anyone who's a regular, I appreciate you very much because you could be anywhere. I mean, there's a lot of competition in all vintage areas and in jewelry. Yes, there is on Friday nights. So since I have 0 people in here, I am unclear if I'm going to start showing anything or if I'm going to sit here for a while and see if anyone comes in. I mean, I could always take the night off and go walk my dog around. It's a nice day outside. I could do that. I just, this is my homestead. I do a lot of shorts since I moved here again back. I moved back, and now this is my permanent location. To my homestead, I've been putting out a lot of shorts on things that go on up here. The latest one was this really cool turkey that just hung out right outside my window for the longest time and had no fear of me. It was really bizarre because turkeys are skittish. The slightest thing and they're out of here. And this one didn't care. Now it came back this afternoon and I was moving around and I didn't see it in time. So I was moving and it split. Yeah. But it came around the same time of day. So I'm going to be moving more slowly in the early afternoon and see if I can't make it my dinosaur friend. So I got 1 person in here. Now I got 0. See? I don't know. I'll tell you what. Okay, so if you come in and you've never bid on anything in my particular sale, and you decide to bid and you win an item, I will need your YouTube name, your real name, if it's different, shipping address with zip code, and your PayPal email address sent to that email address, mine, by 9:00 this evening, or that item will go back up for sale. And please don't do that because that's not nice. So I have 0 people and it's 4:20. I know I've been in here for almost 9 minutes. It's very unusual. I'm not a huge channel, but I'm not that small that I have nobody. I wonder if YouTube is not streaming me out. Like, what is the deal with that? I could show a few items and let's see. I'm going to YouTube now. Well, it's streaming on YouTube. So, and I'm not glitching. And there's only a very small lag, which is fantastic. I don't know. I tell you what, I'll show an item or two. And if honestly, I have 1 person or people just keep dipping in and out like this, then I'm going to have to dip out myself. Hello, 1 person. Thank you for being here. It is a very, very strange. Yeah, see, they're gone. Okay. I don't know what's up with that. All right, so this item I don't need to do a lot of talking about. Where is my, like I said, I'm going to do a couple items, and then I'm going to, if nobody comes in, I'm going to bounce. I only usually do a couple hours on Mondays and a couple hours on Friday. So, yeah, this item starts at 29. Oh, and me and technology is always really fun. It's been, like, seriously, I have 0 people. It has been, good Lord, way over a year since I have had no one in my sales at all for this long. I would at least have my regulars. And I know I haven't offended everyone. At least not to my knowledge. It's very strange, man. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so what are we looking at here? This is the first item. Starts at 29. These beautiful gold tone stars with moon and star enameled, white rhinestone in the middle. Oh, my nails are too long. I'm going to get them fixed Monday. Pierced earrings. They're absolutely beautiful. I did know the maker, and I straight up forgot it. So there's rhinestones, white clear rhinestones or crystals in the middle of each star. Right there near the nose of the moon in the center. They sit up pretty high. This is separate from the star, so it dangles nicely. They're a little heavy, but they're not outrageously heavy. They are probably about 1.5 inches long. And again, I do not know the maker. The bid starts at 29. There's not a lot to say about them except that I really like them. I've had them a long time. I paid up, and they were going to be gifts over the holidays last year, but then my dad got too ill. So I have, and that didn't happen. I forgot about them. So I have these blue ones, and I also have this in red. They come in the box. They're very nice. Start of 29. Okay. Down goes that. And like I said, if I don't start getting people in, then I'm gonna go, because and that's okay. Like, I never understand what's going on, but this is unusual, and I usually have people, and if I don't, I have other things I can do. It's puzzling. Okay, this started at 19. I really like this. I've had it for a little while. I do not know the maker. Here's the clasp. Here is the extender. It's about 2 inches. Here's the chain. It's a very nice, very well-made chain. I think this is from the 80s. It could be earlier. And I tell you what I actually think. I think it's 80s. It might be 70s. It's this beautiful. Are they prong set? No. Inset clear rhinestones, different sizes. The sparkle is great. This is about 2 inches in diameter. Heart. Let me get the chain out of the way. Heart. The back is cut open or cut out with little hearts. So that allows the rhinestones. Nope, it does not. The rhinestones are encased. But that just gives it more definition. So if it ever flips over, and it's thick. Now, here's what I think about this piece. You see, and I've had this piece again for a little bit. I believe that this jump ring that's on here was added later. I think someone got their hands on this and married them together. The chain is really nice. It's very well made. I'm actually surprised it's not sterling silver. This heart is incredibly well made with beautiful rhinestones. I'm surprised it's not a charm, or a locket, excuse me. But this jump ring is so chintzy that I think it was a marriage. And what I can do, you see that? It's nice and solid. It's not going anywhere. It's pretty heavy duty. But if someone is interested in this starting at 19, I could put, if you want, a smaller jump ring on it, or you can do that yourself. But if I do it, I'm going to charge you $5 to do that. But it's really nice. It's very long. Let me show it to you on Dolly. I've got 3 people in here now. Who knows? I don't know if you'll stay with me or if you'll leave. So the extender is 2 inches. Look how long the heart is on. This is Dolly. Say hello, Dolly. So this is going to be one of these necklaces that comes down below your top. It is very long. It's really sweet. I really like this necklace. I have, it's very well made. It's very sweet. And I have never quite understood why it hasn't sold. But there you go. There's a lot of things I don't understand. I've been saying that since the sale started today. So 14. It is 15 inches long on each side. So it's 30 inches long altogether. And the heart, like I said, is 1 3/4 in diameter and starting bid of 19. And I think it's 80s. There is no maker. It's just that it's so very well made and the rhinestones are so nice. They really have all that magnificent sparkle. Otherwise, I would date it 90s or even 2000s, but it's too well made. Okay. There you go. Thank you for looking at that. Thank you for being here. See, look at that. I had 5 people and now I have 2. I shouldn't look at that little counter. However, I need to know if there's people in here and nobody's saying hi, or if there's nobody in here and I should just bounce because it's a sale and a chat, but it is a business. So it's pretty important that I know if people are in here and I know if time is money and what's happening. And, chatting is really important to me because it gives me energy, it gives you energy, and it makes for a nice sale. So here is this. This is a more modern piece. I would say somewhere between the 90s, early 2000s. I'm not exactly sure. With this so-called extender that, again, is about 2 inches. There is no maker. This is beautiful. Purple with fritz and silver foil, silver lined foil inside the purple. It is really pretty. I'll put it on Dolly and then I'll put a price in. It's a little heavy, but this is blown glass. It's really nice. I hope that the colors are showing well. I can never tell. You know, it usually turns out that it's okay on YouTube, but it's terrible when I look at it on my computer. And see, this makes this deep purple look black. But it is a deep purple. It's probably about 18 inches. It probably comes down to about here. So I will put in a start and then I will show you what it looks like on me. Briefly. And we'll see if I'm right. I've gotten pretty good about eyeballing the length of things. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, right about there. So, that's about 18, 17 to 18 inches. And it's really pretty. And in the sun, the purple lightens up and the silver foil with the, can call them striations if you want. The lines in the blown glass really comes through. It's nice and cool and soothing on the neck for the summer. Yeah, started at 26. I'll put it back in its bag. Let's see. I don't have any of my normal people here, so I don't know. I'm going to do some more inexpensive items. So this is going to be, I usually bring this more on Monday. Choice. Whoop. What is that? I usually do the lower end items mostly on Mondays. But let's do a few now. Let's see what happens. Your choice for 10. Buy it now. So if you're interested, you just say, I want those, please. Okay. So someone had these marked as, I don't even know what all that says. Bottom line is they had them priced at $21 at some point. And again, earrings come on these holders like you would buy in a store. That doesn't mean that this is the brand at all. It's just a way that resellers can put them somewhere and keep them together. So these are gold tone, scalloped white enamel, pretty thick, pierced earrings. And these are, those are pretty. They're about probably 1.5 inches long. And I really, they're thick. They're a little heavy. They're very solid. I'm thinking 70s, 60s, 70s. So that's one choice. Buy it now. This is another choice. These are definitely early 60s. Again, the card is not correct. These are what you call button. Pierced earrings. See, they're hollow. These are all white. White enameled. Here is another example of the solid, heavy gold tone and white, almost a cream enamel pierced earrings, same size as the others, about 1.5 inches long. And again, this has nothing to do with with these earrings. These are definitely late 60s, early 70s. No scratches, no damage. So if you're interested, put in that you want the blah blah pair, and I will write it down. And then these are probably 80s, possibly 90s. The smallest of the lot. Little rectangular, enameled, gold tone raised pierced earrings. Let's see if I can hold them up to my ear. There you go. Yeah, they would totally go with what I'm wearing. And these ones are not heavy. These are the only, well, the button, the round in 1960 button earrings, so-called, are not heavy either. But the two white and gold enamel are heavy. Okay, so that was just a, a less expensive option of some items that I brought tonight. They will come back on Monday's Buy It Now sale. So I am actually going to put them with that box right now, which is here. Let's bring this up, see what happens. I'm not consistently having hardly anyone in here, and I've been looking forward to this sale all day, but I've also been tired, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm always all ready to go, but but that doesn't mean, everything. So this starts at 18. Just because I'm ready doesn't mean that, I have the people that I can have and sell to. This is a glorious lucite gold flecked and star bracelet. One side is higher than the others. I believe this is from the 60s. Maybe because of the stars, the 70s. I find it interesting, this concaved. I've talked about it a lot. I don't know if this was a homemade piece, if this was mass produced. Not a clue. It's lucite. This is how you can tell that it's lucite. It glows that huge uranium green. It's a really nice bangle. I love plastic, so I'm wearing some cut white, which would go with those earrings really well today. Goes on my wrist, no problem. And I have a little bit chubbier fingers. And my wrist is a 7.25. So if you had a slender hand, this would fit up to a 7.5, ladies. It's a great little bracelet. It's unusual. Never seen one quite like this, which is why I wonder if it was handmade. Maybe it was someone's little business. I don't know. Started at $18. I really like it. But I have 4 boxes plus bowls of my own jewelry. And I don't need more. Now, I have brought this several times. And so it's close to winding up going into my personal collection, at least for a while, and then coming back out at some point and bringing it to all of you. It's close. But I really try not to do that. I try to, when I buy for me, I earmarked that I bought that for me. Otherwise, I need to sell it, y'all. Okay. So this is a buy it now of $24. I tested both of these today. I did. And they are both red Bakelite. Thanks to Melly from Melly's Jewelry Box, I learned that red often tests as a tan color. Well, I tested these months ago and I got the tan color, the kind of like, yeah, tan. And I'm like, oh, that's just dirt. So obviously they're not Bakelite, even though I've been bringing this one for quite a while now and saying that it has all the earmarks of being homemade Bakelite. I mean, it's got the white underneath it. So the red is cut down into it. It too has that, see, this is why the star bangle. It too has that shorter on one side, taller on the other. That's why the star one remains a mystery to me. This is a deeper red. This is a lighter red, and it has this really cool, like atomic curve around it. I really like this one a lot. And this one I've had since I started selling on eBay in 2001 in a box. Well, both of them actually, both of them came out of that box. So this just fits me. So this is no bigger than a 7.25. And you get both of them. Buy it now, 24. And this deeper cherry red also, no problem. There's not a lot of room. I don't think I'd want to push this one to a 7.5 unless you have very slender hands. And then this will be, just fitting on you, right? So it won't have a lot of room to maneuver per se. I think they look really pretty together. I think they'd look really pretty mixed and matched with these white 60s bangles. So there you go. That's $12 each for Bakelite bangles. I think that's really a good deal. Okay, but if you all don't, then you all don't. Okay, anyone want to say hi to me? No? Well, hi anyway. Hello. Thank you for being here. Okay. Where am I at? What is this? Oh, yeah. Okay. This next item, thank you for being here. Thank you for looking. I appreciate it. This next item starts at $38. Starts at $38. Okay, so this is not totally clear to me in terms of age. I think I know, but I'm not positive. It is a necklace filled with these Murano style beads. Do I know if they are from Italy 100%? No, I do not. They have all the earmarks of looking as though they are, right? But I like to be very careful when I talk about that. And these are real pearls in between, I like to be really careful when I say that because it's tricksy. And look at that bead, the little tiny square one. Then there's the pink. Here's this blue glass, light pink. Here's the green with the blue flower beads. An oval pink with pink flowers and red. Here is a really pretty blue with like deep ocean blue, daisies almost. Here is a red. here is the dangle. Now see, that's very Murano. But right, it's hard to say definitively. So I just say Murano style. It's really polished. It's very smooth. It's really nice. They're thick. I'll put it on Dolly in a minute. Look at this one. Here's another olive green one. So pretty. I love this. And the pearls are real. Now, here is where you see the top. This is going to be a toggle clasp. It's on wire. So it's clearly, at the very least, modern Murano style beads and a more modern composition of this necklace, being that this toggle, it's not sterling silver, there's no maker, and it's a toggle. You know, in the 70s and before, they would not be using a toggle like this, and the beads would not be strung on wire. They would have been on cord. So while it is modern, these beads alone would probably cost you more than $38. Let me put this on Dolly, and then I'll give you a length. I think it's stunning. And with the light outside during the day or bright lights at a party, you're going to get all these different color waves coming through. And then the pearls. Here's the silver tone beads, and here's the drop, which is different on both sides. It's a really pretty little necklace for $38. And let's throw it on my neck, and we'll see what people think. I've got an old dyed orange seed bead 1970s necklace on right now. So there you go. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? So it is about 20, and then with the little drop, 21.5. This is about an inch long. And I just think it's really nice. It feels great. Like I say, the beads, because they're so big, probably each one of these beads, I used to go to bead stores all the time. I used to make jewelry. And I still play around with a little bit of that. Each one of these beads today probably cost, anywhere from $6 to $10 wholesale. If you bought a ton of them, maybe 4 to 5, maybe 3, but they're not cheap, and especially if they really are Italian, and I believe they are. And then you've got your pearls as well. So think about it and let me know. This would be great for you. It would be a great gift for someone. And I like the fact that it's Pride Month and it's multicolors. Yeah, I do. Okay. Let's see. Thank you all for being here. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on. It just seems to be one of those nights where, yeah, I just don't know. How is everyone? Good? Okay. This is a more modern style clasp. Is that a missing stone? Yes. So on this clasp, there is one missing white stone. It is magnetic. So that makes it early 2000s. And then it is on cord, hand knotted in between, white, cream, light pink, and dark pink natural pearls. I don't know. I'm hoping, there you go. See the different color links? This was not mass produced. This was made by someone. The spacing in between the pearls with the hand knotting is a little irregular, although the pearls themselves are also irregular. I forgive it for that. Pearls are really trending right now. They're actually very high in price for the finer quality ones. See, like this, it moves just a little. But I forgive the person who made this because these pearls are beautiful color waves. And I'm not going to sit there and futz with it. I've done a lot of this work, and it's a lot of work. The hand knot in between beads. To get it just perfect, the knotting, you have to be on it. It has to be tight. And to be that small and do that intensive of work, making this, even in the way it is with these few little spaces, this probably took someone 8 hours, maybe 5 at a minimum. Here it is on Dolly. It's a really nice, delicate little piece. And because it's got light pinks, dark pinks, creams, and whites, and some beige, it will go with any color wave that you want to wear. And it's magnetic, so it's easy as heck to get on and off. Boom. There you go, just about 16 inches. Really lovely little accent piece on the neck. Yeah. Hi, George. How's it going? George. I'm glad you said hi to me. I've been on for 42 minutes, and you're the first person who has said hello. And the first, 25 minutes, I had nobody in here. And I was really ready to just say, never mind, I'm just going to go get I pre-make my dinners. So I was just about to say, never mind, I'm just going to go get my dinner, and I'll see y'all next week. How's your evening, George? George, are you anywhere? My apologies. Usually the fizzy waters don't bother me, but every once in a while I take a sip, especially during sales. There you go. I take a sip and I think I swallow air because I'm in a hurry. And see, now don't tell me I have the hiccups. No. I'm trying to not have hiccups. There. Good luck. George, are you anywhere with all this terrible weather? That is what I'm trying to ask you. The tornadoes and the thunderstorms and everything has just been absolutely crazy for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days now, all through Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Colorado. It's just wow. The amount of damage that's going on is really scary. Okay, this. Oh, how do I not remember that, George? I know that, George. George. Thank you, George. Oh, my Lord. George. I know that. Okay. This is a really fun piece. It says October on the inside in cursive, and Salisbury pewter copyright. I will show that to you all. I don't know anything about this company. I don't know why this is like October's bracelet. Or does that mean someone named October designed it? I have no idea. To me, this is a pewter cuff. It's very thick. It's a little heavy. To me, this looks like California poppies. They don't bloom in October. So it's really nicely done. It's polished pewter, very thick. I'll show you the inside in a second. See how thick it is? Hey, you guys. My animals are acting out because that's what they do when I do a live sale. In here is where it says the Salisbury pewter. And it actually might be SALIS, and it might be a BURY, which makes the most sense to me, but it might be a GURY. Okay, and then tug over here is October in cursive. Don't know why. It's really nice. It's really heavy. It's a little on the small side. Tug, you guys stop. Sorry, that's my animals, y'all. Okay, so here's the deal. This is a small size. I keep opening it to put it onto my wrist, which is, as I said, a 7.25. It's actually pretty small right here. I don't want to keep opening it. It's very malleable, but it's thick pewter. It's not going to break, but I would prefer that whoever owns it adjusts it to their size and then leaves it alone so that you do not wind up, after many, many times of opening and closing, getting a split. Now that happens with sterling silver in the old cuffs. I've had one that was like 100 years old break in half on me after 20 years of owning it. So I don't want to do that to someone. So what I want to say about this, you see the size? I'll give you the dimensions. I would say this is probably about a size 6, 6.25. You could open this up even more and get it onto a 7.25, but you're going to have a large opening here, right? So let me give you the dimensions and we'll see what happens. So inside is just a little over 2 1/4. So yeah, I'm right on the money. It's like a 6.25 to a 6.5. So that is a lady's small, like a medium small medium. This is not correct. Okay, so within the measurements of small, it would be a medium in the category of small. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Starting at 26. And again, it says October. My daughter was born in October. And Salisbury or Salisbury pewter copyright. So it's modern for sure. I can't remember where I got this. I think it came in a lot that I bought. And yeah, I think it's neat. So I brought it to show all of you. I think this is going to come back on a Monday. Okay, I'm going to show these. I showed these on Monday. I'm going to show them again. And I know what they're going to start at right off the bat. Hi, Prairie Road. Nice to meet you. Thank you for popping in. How are you tonight? I'm doing really well, but I've had a slow start to my sale. So we're going to see what happens. So these start at 25. I hope you're doing well. And I hope that on your ramblings, you are not in the middle of all these storms I was just talking about. So these are incredible. They start at 25. The odds of you seeing something like this again is incredibly slim. I've never seen them. And I'm pretty sure once these are out of my life, I won't see them again. This is one of those things you just don't come across that often. These are lucite, very thick cut, pierced half hoop earrings, 3/4 hoop earrings, encrusted with pink rhinestones. Very high quality, nice pink rhinestones. The shine on these is awesome. These, seriously, I love these. They're just a scooch heavy for being plastic because it's so thick. Isn't it glorious? If you like plastic, you like these, okay? If you don't, then, you don't. But I do. And these are just, I mean, come on. 1950s, 1960s, like incredible fabulousness. I love them. Let me show you the glow. Good. I'm glad there's no bad storms. And that's really nice that my channel was suggested by YouTube. That means maybe I'm finally becoming someone. I've been selling for about 2 years on YouTube live, and look at that. And I started on eBay in 2001. My partner had a toy store on the cutting edge with metal lunch boxes and collectible toys in the 80s. And in the 70s, I sold reclaimed jewelry that got returned to high-end department stores like Macy's and Capwell's, JCPenney's, etc. with my mother at the flea market. So I've been at this on and off for a long time. Look at these things. God. I seriously, I've never seen anything like that. Well, I'm glad you took the suggestion, Prairie. And if you like vintage costume jewelry, then you might find something you like. So there they are. They're about probably 1.5 inches long. Look at that. If I was younger and still went out on the scene, these would not be leaving. These would not be leaving me. I just, God, look at that. I love them. Did you? Well, Prairie, that's awesome. What do you sell, Prairie? I'm curious. Let us know, please. This is, so Prairie, I believe, and these were started at 25. I believe in the bag. That's not the price that I paid for these. Okay, I usually pay up, and I cost average. I just happened to find a bag and put them in here. So Prairie, let us know, please. I believe in, there's room for everyone here. This is a vintage community of friends. The majority of people, like 98% that I have met in the 2 years I've been doing this, are kind, are fine with people talking about their channels and what they do, and we support each other. Okay? And that's where I'm coming from, and that's what I believe in. So if you want to let us know what you sell, go for it. I'm listening. I'm listening, Prairie. So these are just a fun buy it now. And again, these could have come on Monday, but that's okay. Nice. So like kitsch, Prairie? Is it kitsch or is it more like quirky modern? And I can go check out your channel. It's just that you're here in front of other people, so you might as well advertise yourself. If nothing else tonight, I can help out, someone who's new to doing this like I was helped. And that'll be what I do tonight. And that would be, that right there is cool. That right there is good enough reason to be here. Fuzz, knock it off. Thank you, Fuzz. Fuzz is a great person as well. Fuzz, is your eye feeling better? Good Lord, that really freaked me out. So these are screw on, little emerald, gold tone. They're glass. And I don't know if they glow or not. I'm going to check that out. I think these are probably from the 70s. You're okay. You're doing okay. Good. Because I was like, what is she talking about? Why on earth would anyone do that? And I was like, oh, okay, I got it. Here is the top with the screw. They are open in the back. That's another clue that it's glass. Often if it's glass or a stone, you leave it open in the back to let the light shine through and make them have more color, more dance, more sparkle. The setting is too chintzy for me to in any way believe that it's a real stone. Okay. I'm assuming they numb the bejesus out of your eye, right? Like kind of like cataract surgery, right? That's all I can relate it to. So let's see if it glows. First off, let me try to look. Good Lord. These are very small and hard to hold on to. No, I'm not seeing anything but, just more light and the purple reflected in there. Good. So these were 8 and they're really cute on. And I tell you what I really like about these, let's try over here. There you go. I really like that these are dainty, that they don't weigh anything, that they're glass. And what I would do for $8, this glass gold diamond drop is 100% worth it. I would buy these, and maybe I'm going to do this myself and then bring them back. I would buy these and I would take these off the screw backs, and it is a jump ring that's workable, right? Yes, there's a connection that's workable. I would put them on gold wires and make them into pierced wire earrings. And they're just so tiny. Yep, that's what I would do. Oh, okay, Prairie. Well, you know what? So these are a buy it now of $8. And if no one buys these now, right now, I'm gonna put them on gold wire earrings and bring them back. I'm gonna repurpose them. Perry, I'm gonna check out your channel. And anyone else who is interested, Prairie is new to selling on YouTube. Go check out her channel. I'm gonna move these over here. Thank you, Fuzz. They are. What was I gonna say? I know a lot of elders, my father, my mother-in-law, who have had the cataract surgery, and I have macular degeneration. Because I have blue eyes and I have very dry eyes. And I think I've had it my whole life. But one of my eyes, I can tell when I go to put on makeup or something, I can't see. There's like a spot that's missing. And then I have bad depth perception. So that little spot that's missing makes it harder at night to like walk downstairs and stuff. So I take my time, but I have some degeneration, and I think it's my left eye. This is my left eye. So praise God, I don't know what's going to happen one day with my eyesight. I'm not really sure what it is I can do about it, but but something. Okay, this is a really cool item. This is a really cool item. And I gotta tell you, it's not vintage, but it's so cool. Okay, look at this little flying fairy with that enameled blue in the back, and then on the book front is the pinks and greens, and then her wings, and this stone. I don't know if it's a foil back to make it blue or if it's actually like a blue something. I'm unsure. The detail is amazing. Now, what is she? Well, first off, she's a brooch. Now, it is a swedgeback type of pin, right? So, although it's a oval type of swedgeback, it also, I'll tell you this, it also does poke out just a little bit beyond the clasp. Usually a swedgeback would indicate that it's from the 50s or older, and when the pin sticks out and it's not a safety clasp, it's, late 60s or earlier, okay? So, but and then we're going to open it up. I can't imagine this is actually vintage, but it's been a long time since I looked it up. So, Oh, yeah, I just went to my eye. Thank you, Fuzz. I just went to my eye appointment with my eye doctor. Oh, I don't know. It's hard because my dad just passed. His anniversary of 3 months was yesterday. So maybe 6 months ago, and I still have to get the new glasses they told me to get. But yeah, I can't miss any more eye appointments. So then this is why I say, so they either took a vintage brooch and item and maybe added this book in here. I mean, it's possible I don't know. So look up these true stories that haven't quite happened yet. And then follow that dream. There's a whole thing going on. It's like magic. And it says things, there's a whole book. Folks, said the MC in a slightly snide voice, we're going to have something different now. Not better, different. Won't you please welcome a story tell? But before he could complete the word that described what I did in the waking world, Walter hopped onto the stage and whispered something in his ear. When the MC started to grin, even I began to feel uptight. Folks, he said, there's been a slight change in our open mic lineup tonight. So I don't know. Thank you, Cashmere. Thank you, Fuzz. So this is a whole little follow that dream book. And again, I don't know if this is modern. The clasp is really nice. Or if it's vintage and someone then added the story in, repurposing it. Or if it just is a vintage style. It is not sterling silver. It's more of a kind of brass. Yeah. And it's just about probably 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. Let's see. 1.25 inches. And then with the fairy's wings, 1.5 inches. Yeah. So this thing started at, I think I said 35. And you know what I'm doing? Listen, I've only come back to selling twice a week, Mondays and, 33. Mondays and Fridays. For about 3 weeks, I took time off to move and mourn my father, which and my mother. 3 years, her 3-year anniversary is coming up in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Anyway, and I forgot basic things like putting the starting price, highlighting it on my screen. So there you go. I'll try to remember. I'm just starting to. Anyway, she's gorgeous. She's just gorgeous. Yep. There you go. And I don't remember anything about her, so I should probably look her up. But I generally remember in essence what the price was. And if not, I scroll up and I generally remember who the maker is and what it was. And on that one, I think I'm asking about 2/3 of what they sell for, I think. Okay. So, and it would be helpful if I highlight things, because if I highlight things, then, Fuzz. All right, Fuzz. Bless her heart. Fair warning. Fuzz is in for the gorgeous little fairy box book brooch. Fairy box book brooch. Fairy BBB. Fair warning. If anyone else was interested, you have to come in at 34 or higher. Fair warning. Last call. It's really cool, Fuzz. I love it. Thank you, honey. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's fun. And Fuzz, read the story and tell us what it is. Okay. Thank you. Read the story and tell us what the heck is going on. Okay. This starts at this one is a hard one. 39. Oh, and I'm supposed to highlight. I'll get there. I knew it once. It'll all come back. It'll all be okay. Okay, I showed this recently. I hadn't shown it for a while. Showing it again. If you know, you know. If you know the higher end designers of jewelry and brooches and the telltale signs of the way they incorporated the different colors, the way they stacked, the way they made things pop. This is most likely check glass because of its very high quality. There's 3 different greens on here. It is gold tone. It's a floral brooch, obviously. If you know about your vintage, like I do. And this down here is a purple lilac stone. That's another telltale. One more color. And the cabochon, the long oval ones, then the small, and then this long ones. You will know, and open in the back on the top. You can see that they're cut like semi-precious stones, that this has all the hallmarks of a D&E or Juliana. 39 is getting towards the top, but it's not. There's still room on here, especially for collectors. It's not the top price if you know what you have, and I do. Here's the pin. This is from the 50s. It's in excellent condition. I paid more than this for this. I decided this is also lilac and this is lilac. I like riding a bike. Oh no. Okay, so I will deal with that in a second, y'all. So I paid more than $39 for this, and this probably sells for 50 to 55 or 60 because it is a D&E Juliana brooch. It is about 3 inches long. So think about it and get back to me. John Lovell, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to ask you to remove yourself from my chat. You might be a bot because this has nothing to do with this sale. I don't talk about people's religion or people's politics or the news unless it directly affects someone that's my friend in the chat. Okay? So I'm going to ask you to not post again in my chat. And if you can't respect that, I am going to remove you by blocking you. So first off, I'm going to delete your comment. Thank you for letting us know what's going on. I think we all know what's going on. Okay? I'm not giving an opinion about how I feel about that because this is not a place for politics. This is a place where we enjoy ourselves and remove ourselves for a few hours from the realities of things that some of us may agree with and some of us may disagree with. We don't get into that here. Okay? In our personal lives, we do whatever we do. Okay. So there you go. You're being banned now because you don't want to pay attention. I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I can do. It's an open public forum, but he's been banned and blocked and their comments removed because, I mean, what is he talking about anyway? It's none of my business what religion you do or do not practice, okay? I don't want to know what political party you're affiliated with, and I'm not going to tell you who I'm affiliated with. Those things used to be a secret. That's all right, Fuzz. He was very triggering. And you know what? That was the intention. The intention was to make us upset. And I knew it was coming. So that's why I said, I'm going to give you a chance to do this on your own. So, and you know what? It likely could have been a bot. Yeah, I can't. so I'll just say I pay close attention to politics, and I pay close attention to those who are in need or those who will be in need, those who are in pain. I have my own ways of dealing with that and my own actions, but I'm not here to tell people what to do or to start pushing buttons. It's just no. That's just a big no. We don't, if you want to do that, there's all kinds of YouTube channels you can go watch that will talk about this stuff. However you want to hear it and whatever you want to be fed, it's there. That's not me, though. Thank you, Fuzz. Well, I could have got really upset, but see, I think that just would have made him happy. So what's the point of that? So these are really cool, and I decided to put this together as a set, even though they're not exactly a set. So it is 3 bangles. More than likely, I paid more than this for all 3 of these, but I've had them around for a while, and I'm like, you know what? Today's the day. So this is a etched. This is hand etched. This is not machine etched. Silver tone bangle over copper. You see the copper? And it is hollow inside. There's the seam of the etched silver overlay on the copper. This very likely could have been made in India. There is no maker's marks inside. So that's one of them. I love these. And they're not heavy, but so pretty. So there's one. Now here's the match to that. Same thing, different design. Similar, but not exactly the same. Probably made in India. I would say, and this is a very fine work, and it's possible this could even be real sterling over the copper. That would not surprise me. Sterling India, like 800. Sterling silver, there is no markings that says that anywhere, but see the way there's like that little break. See the overlay of that fine workmanship? Yeah. So really pretty on. Okay. Hollow on the inside. And then this, so I think these are probably from the late 70s because they're the much better quality, but they're hollow. Are they? They're hollow, but they're very thick. So they're heavier. They're okay. So with these bracelets with the copper that are made in India, you get ones that are solid, and then the more modern ones are hollow, and they don't weigh anything. These have some weight, so they are somewhere in between. So that's why I'm dating them at like the end of the 70s. They're a really fine, beautiful piece. And then this is probably from the 1960s, maybe up to the 80s. It is just a burnished gold tone metal bangle. There's the inside. This one I do not believe was made in India. I have no idea where it was made. And I just thought, what the heck? It's not exactly those, but they're all metal bangles. And I'll put them together. And honestly, these alone are worth more than $24. If I had tester, which I do, although I was told it expires in 3 months, the bottle, I would test these. And if no one buys them, Cashmere, it did. Yep, that jerk. If no one buys these, I think I'm going to try to find my tester before I bring them back and see if they are sterling etched. sterling silver, and that would be 800, not 925. And like I say, it's not marked, but they're really nice. They're just really nice. And you can tell by that little piece that's broken that this was plated over and then carved with a tool by hand. Not, it wasn't done by a machine in a factory, because that piece of the silver is missing at the seam. Yeah, they're really nice. And you see, this is a sterling silver ring. You see what I mean? Why I think it's sterling? I really do. Yep. Okay. So the gold one will go down here, but these I have boxes and boxes of stuff that, yeah, because I just haven't got there. In terms of setting up my vintage selling room and storage room and, packing and boxing and doing things like finding testers. And, I did finally find my ring sizer. Yeah, Buzz. Well, Buzz, think about it later, right? Or I do 2-week build-a boxes. This is week 1, so I won't be billing till weekend after this, right? And so think about it. Think about it, Buzz. And also, think about your budget. I get it. We're all on a budget right now. Not only necessarily are we getting older, not all of us are, but it's uncertain times. Things are changing like every day, and we don't know what's what and what's happening and what. And so, yeah, we have a budget. I have a budget. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to help, Fuzz. I'm saying you could think about it for a while. I don't bill out until weekend after next. So, you have time to think. You have time to budget. You're not in the grocery store grabbing the chocolate chip cookies right now. It's not an impulse buy. I'm telling you, the way they set up stores, that at the end of the aisles at the cashier when you're going to check out, those are all the grab them now items. And the way they put like the deli smack in the middle of where the yogurts are. I mean, come on. What's up with that? That's like telling everyone, you want that donut. You need a giant box of these pastries before you walk out of here. And of course, then you do, and then you buy it. And then you get it home and you're like, oh my God, what am I, a single person, doing with 10 donuts? Oh, man. I'm telling you, temptation is everywhere. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Sorry. Thank you, Fuzz, for my evening amusement. I eat sugar every night, but I only have a tiny bit. And during my 3 years of caregiving, and especially in the last year with my father, I ate a lot of sugar. Sugar was my stress reliever. And now that I'm back here in the middle of this rural valley and the big store is an hour away and it's a whole big thing to get there, I don't eat after 10:30 at night, and I only have like 2 or 3 little pieces, or I have a half of a scotcheroo instead of a whole one. So I'm getting there because I'm going to wind up with diabetes. I'm older and I'm not down with that. Oh, I'm supposed to highlight this. Fuzz, you're distracting me. Thank you for being my distraction. This is I think I'm only making a few dollars on this, but that's okay. That's okay. I bought this with a bunch of other things to save on shipping. Yeah, it's time to take care of myself. I'm telling you, Fuzz. It's my time now. That's exactly right. This is this gold wire wrapped cat's eye glass. It is delicious. I think it's sexy. Depending on where the light hits is depending on where the cat's eye line will go. And it's this light grass green and this kind of light to dark lavender wrapped in copper. So the copper, here's the cap, and it goes up into a jump, goes up and creates a loop. Then they have a jump ring, copper jump ring, goes to the next one. Wire wrap top wraps around the bead, creates that, and just keeps going. It's a bracelet. It's just so, this is luscious. To me, speaking of all this chocolate and stuff, looks like colored bubbles, looks like candy. Look at that. And see how it looks thick with the light and then disappears and goes. See that? This is so fun. This is not vintage, but this is fabulous. I honestly am only asking a little bit more. Oh, it does have this little hang tag, but I don't think that this flower, I don't think that's a maker's tag. I think that's just a cute little thing that the artist put on there. It is, and it is gold tone little flower, not copper. Here's the hook. Yeah, I used to know people who made jewelry like this. So they made the hook. Kind of reminds me of like a sun catcher. And then here's the extender that's about an inch long. Yeah. Yes, come back. Come back, bracelet. So on me, if I put it on right there, there you go. It's just so, I don't know, it makes me happy. I'll tell you that. This piece makes me happy. And cat's eye glass is blown glass, and it's pretty pricey, and it's very popular right now. So with this, I have, let's see if I can do the gymnastics. I have the extender about halfway, and I didn't hook it because then I'd have to spend time unhooking it. So if I had the extender all the way, it would fall down to about here. So it fits between a 7 to almost a 7.5 wrist. It would fit a 6.75, but it would fall down to about where this bracelet is, which is fine. All depends on what you want. I love this piece. I just love it. And I'm bringing it tonight at 25, but I'm pretty sure the next time I bring it, I'm going to be asking 30 to 35. It's very hypnotic. Makes me happy. So, Fuzz, do you have any pain after this procedure? Or, like, do you have to rest your eyes? Or is it just like kind of like cataract surgery where you rest your eyes, but literally your eyes really don't feel anything? You need to heal them, but there's nothing really going on in terms of side effects. I found that fascinating with cataract surgery. Like when my dad had it, that very next day, his vision was like better than it had been in 20 years. And other than needing to take care of his eyes, no pain, no anything. And I was just like, what? dude, someone just messed with your eyes. How is this possible? But apparently it is possible. Okay, what do I have and what do I want to show you all? Well, let's do, I don't know who's in here since people aren't talking to me. Well, that's not bad. I mean, that's like, wood smoke in your eyes like I have all the time up here. Well, no, all the time fall through spring. I think I just made my last fire this week in my wood stove. That's what I have for heat. And so I need to do my dusting of the house now that I'm not emptying out wood ash out on every 5 days and taking it outside. And I got to tell you, it's going to get it's going to get, hey, I thought I put the price in. Sorry. It's going to get way too hot, but I love it when it's not too cold. I would rather that it's too hot and I wore, looser clothing and a little bit less than piling on the clothes and having, a 24-hour a day wood stove going. Now, this pen acts as though there's a maker's mark there. And it's possible that there is. I mean, it's indented. It looks like letters, but it's so tiny. I have never been able to make it out. Here is that swedge pen I was talking about, the 1950s. This one, I've seen a couple of these online. They all rotate. Why? I don't know. This is not because this is broken. Somehow this is just the way these pens are. This is an Atomic Starburst MCM. Wait a minute. Can I read that? Oh my goodness. I almost was able to read this back. So while you're staring at this, that's the metal and the rhinestone. So the silver foil Atomic Burst is etched into this gunmetal gray, and then it's stacked rhinestones. It is, look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So you know what? I almost was able to read this. So I'm going to see if I can. Hold on. Oh my good Lord. Oh, it's so close. It's so close to me being able to read it, and yet so far away. I can't. It's so little, even with my magnifying glass. It almost looks like it wanted to say Japan, but it's not Japan. It's, ooh. Oh my gosh. Grim? 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 I don't think that's right. I can't read it. It's so tiny. But these are from the 50s. I've seen 2 others out there, and that's it. And it is concave. It's beautiful. It's big. I think it's about 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. This is, this is not rare, but it's not common out there. It's not easy to find. It is 2 inches in diameter. 2 inches in diameter. Thank you, Fuzz. Started at 28. just so MCM mid 50s. Early 60s. Like really early. It's stunning. I brought this. Gosh, I've had this for, I think I've had this pen for almost a year. And I brought it at all different prices. I mean, from high to this price to lower and nobody wants to buy it. And I didn't pay pennies for it. I can't go lower than $28. But I don't know why it doesn't sell. The right buyer's out there somewhere. Okay, I've been on for an hour and a half. I'm going to do a few more pieces, and then I'm going to let my dog go carousing around and have my dinner. Like I said, I learned I have chronic pain. So if you don't like people who talk a lot, you don't want to come to my channel. If you don't like people who wear their emotions and their life on their sleeve, you don't want to come to my channel. So I've had chronic pain for 25 years, and I learned about myself that I need to these are going to be buy it nows. I need to make dinners, multiple little dishes that I can pick and choose from. I need to cook about 2 or 2:30 and just keep making little bits and pieces and putting them in the fridge, because by the time 5 or 6 rolls around, I don't want to cook anymore. And then I don't eat well. See, that's what happens. So I have learned to make healthy choices. I cook in advance, and I can always reheat it. So I always have, salmon, mashed Brussels sprouts, a big salad, cut fruit, couscous, salad, whatever, in the fridge. Yep. Okay, so these, now that you know everything about how I eat, these are buy it now choice, $9 each. They all go together. So the reality is, you could buy them all. And if someone wants them all, I will. So let me highlight, Lucinda. 9 times 327. I would sell them all for 25. All 3. Okay. These are these 1970s shell butterfly brooches. They're all slightly different. I really like this this pattern. There's their little antennae. Yeah, me too, Fuzz. I love the little bug pins. Here's the back. No maker. Fuzz, did you used to go like to the beach and they always had those shops filled with all the different things made out of shells? If you lived like on the East Coast. I remember visiting I was born in the North Carolina, and I remember visiting my aunt and uncle and at like Myrtle Beach and going into those stores, and in the 70s, and I just loved them. This one is mother of pearl with carving down into the wings to give it that definition. With the little antennae and the gold tone. Here is the back. Fuzz, I appreciate you talking to me. Nobody else is talking to me. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. West Coast. Well, yeah, there's West Coast too. But we don't have as many of the seashells. So I just want to give you the size. See, this one and this one are about the same size. This one, the mother of pearl, is a tiny bit bigger. We don't have as nice of seashells as the, Fuzz wants the mother of pearl. Thank you, Fuzz. Hold on, and then I'll put sold. I have one more to show. We don't have all the great seashells that the East Coast has. Not at all, man. Okay, so first let's do this. Sold mother of pearl. If I could spell, Fuzz, that would help. Yeah. Do Fuzz. $9. Thank you, Fuzz. And then the last little one has this shell. The spotted. And this one has the seashell body and the little red bead eyes. And the antennae are standing up tall. This one actually kind of reminds me of a moth. I don't know. I was walking around, and this one, let me show you the size. About the same. It has that elongated wing tips. Really cool. I was out walking my dog this morning, and first I saw a black moth, like pure black, fly, and right after it was a tiny white butterfly, and they were like flying, entwining in this little dance through the sky. And I thought, man, that is so cute. So there's the other one. Here's the back. Yeah, carefully take the shell, polish it, cut it, and then they must have had like a design, right, Fuzz? Because there isn't any metal on the back, so they weren't form-fitting it to a piece of metal. And then after they made it, I guess they glued this on. Like that one is like that. The one you bought is like that. And this one does have metal. So, and then what about this other one? I'm just curious now. And this one has metal also. And it has this one gives it two parts. There's the shell and then there's the metal edging. So I guess they made it all different ways. I would have a lot of fun. And yours, I think, is the older one because it has this type of clasp. I think yours is older. I would have a lot of fun creating things made out of seashells. Taking the shell and having a polisher and all of that. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, the other ones are very thick. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to there we go. I didn't like how the pen was not staying in the closure. So I bent it, yours. So I bent it so that it is. Okay. There we go. Thank you again, Fuzz. All right. Wait a minute. Fuzz. You bought the fairy. Yep. I think it was right. I showed the fairy book and then the other brooch, and that guy came in and I got distracted. So I caught it, and I've got your brooch over in the sold. No, you're fine. I've got your fairy book brooch brooch over in my sold box. I put it back in my not sold, and it was that guy who came in, and I showed that and then the other brooch, and that guy flustered me, and so see, I did get flustered. So now it's in the right place. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple more items, then I'm gonna go walk around outside and see what's going on in the world. Ooh, I haven't brought this yet. Ooh, this is really pretty. Let's see. Ooh, let's get rid of this. Buy it now. Where'd it go? Hide current comment. One thing StreamYard did was make that part easier. No, Fuzz, you are not buffering. I appreciate everyone that's here and that has been here with me very, very much. Okay. This starts at 39. Ooh, highlight. Good, Fuzz. This is really cool. This is that. Is it 1950s or 1960s? I think this is mid 60s. And I'm checking. These are very hard to figure out. I think they're plastic, but yeah. Okay, plastic. Howsoever, this thing is beautiful. What I see when I look at this is a peacock. Right? So actually, the pin is up here. Yeah, there you go. So this is the feathers. It's tail, right? And then you have the blue rhinestones, really lovely light baby blue down here, silver tone. And this is like just kind of a twisted branch. Very thick, very nice. So, I mean, maybe it's supposed to just be like hanging fruit. I don't know, but because there's no actual bird head or anything. But peacock pins, there was a time and a place where they were very popular. And so the way this flows says peacock to me. So, but it's completely up to you what you think it is. It's a big one. It's a big in size. It's really nicely constructed. I'm surprised that this is plastic. But it doesn't distract from it. I love plastics. And it's very shiny, kind of AB coated plastic. So people are not going to know that it's plastic. And they'll probably assume it's turquoise. Some type of light blue, like maybe, what is that? The Sleeping Beauty mine, I think, that had the really light blue turquoise and is mined out. Here's the back. The pin does not go through the clasp. So that's why I'm thinking, like 65, 66. Because this particular construction here of this pin is still very thick, and the pin itself is thick. So it's not chinsed out in terms of material. So I'm thinking mid 60s, very much in a 50s style. And then the other thing I was thinking is the way, is there a rhinestone there? No. The way that this is shaped right here, you could hang this on a necklace. So for me, I mean, this is a twofer. And I don't know if they meant to design it like that or not, but that's what I see. I see it as a brooch, and you could hang it, pin it this way or this way. Or you could hang it from a necklace. Yeah, that's what I see. So, no stones missing, no damage. It looks like new old stock, really. I don't know if the person who owned this wore it very often, if ever. It's just a smidge over 2 inches at its longest point in width and 2.25 long. 2.25 long. And it's just an iconic piece. And while I know it's not stones and it's not signed, it's iconic. And it deserves that starting price. Okay. Okay. Thank you all for looking. I'm going to show one more item, and then I will have been on for 2 hours. And I got to hang out with my friends. And Fuzz came in and amused me and made me laugh. And I got to meet Prairie Road, who I don't know if she's still here, but I hope Prairie Road Travels. I don't remember the full name. I'll have to look back in the chat and then go check out the channel and see what she's doing, a new person. So that was good. I was going to shut the sale down like ASAP because nobody was in here. Where did it go? I have this giant box of, it's that time where my cart is getting overstocked with stuff and I need to put stuff away and bring out new stuff. Ramblings. Thank you, Fuzz. There you go. Prairie Road's Rambling. So I showed these pierced earrings in the beginning. I think I started them for $29. Might have been $28. They are pierced earrings, stars with enameled blue, moon and stars with white rhinestones or perhaps crystal in the middle of each star, one in the center, and then like a half moon with a face. It's got a nose, an eye, and a little mouth. It's a happy moon. They're a tad heavy, and they come down to just about here. And I also have these in red. Don't remember the maker. These are modern within the last 12 years. I think they're about 12 years old. Yep. Nightmare. You guys just got home. Hello, Nightmare. Hey, Nightmare, I'm just about finished and you guys are eating. I'm just about to eat. Say hi to Muppets for me. And Nightmare. Muppets wanted me to ship one of these last items, or it's an item or items, I'm not sure, up there where you are. But I don't know your address. And she said she was going to email me. So, if it is going to go to Canada, I need that information so that I can ship it. Now, the other problem is I don't know if y'all are still having a strike or if I send it, if it's good or whatever. And I can't put less on the invoice for customs because they ask me for proof of this crap. And so, yeah, But anyways, love you guys. Let me know what's up. Let me know what to do. Like, let me know this weekend because I'm shipping everything out Monday. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's close with, let's do this. You know what? I've never brought this. Let's do this. It's pretty. It's fun. I like it. Okay, it would be, so that way, then, if she winds up moving up there or getting a visa, extending stay, whatever, she can come down and bring it with. It'll save money. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. I'm all in on that one. What are you guys eating? Tacos? Yeah. Are you eating tacos? I think about tacos all the time. I used to make tacos at least a couple times a week, or nachos, like really tons of ingredients nachos when my daughter was young, because it's really filling and it's an inexpensive food to make. Plus, I love it, right? I mean, who doesn't like chips, cheese, salsa, beans, avocado? I mean, come on, right? And I think about it all the time, and I keep forgetting to make it. So I've been thinking about that a lot in the last couple of weeks. So clearly, I need to make, and I don't eat a lot of meat, and particularly beef, but I eat black beans. So tacos or nachos, I'm down. Just grate some cheese, heat it up, heat the beans up, put the salsa over it, cut up the avocado. See, I'm hungry. All right, that's it. Obviously, I'm hungry. Talking about food. I'm talking about food. Sorry, y'all. Okay. This is gorgeous. What the heck is it? I don't even know. Let's figure it out, y'all. This is gold tone with these bevel cut gold spacers. It does not, it's made on wire. It does not have a maker. And now look at these green beads. You see the saturation and the colors in there? It's like a darker green with some black. Is it malachite? Is it? I don't know. Yummy, you guys. See, I'm hungry. It has those same nice faceted gold spacers in between. See, these are stone. These are stone. Is it a dyed something? Is it a natural stone? I don't know. Malachite for me would have a lot more black. Anyone know what this stone is? If you do, let me know. And then, see, there's the wire it's strung on. Where'd it go? There. This is just vintage black plastic bead. So I think this probably a necklace was taken apart and these were purchased and then these were put in along with this as well. This is not a super common spacer that you find in stores anymore, bead stores, at least not to my knowledge. I don't remember finding them back when I was making jewelry all the time with my daughter. So this looks like a remade, except this is some stone. I tried Google imaging it. I couldn't figure it out. and see the AB. And then look, here's a bigger one with even more like black, like a malachite, but I'm just used to it having more depth. Definitely stones, Fuzz. Very good. Definitely stones, Fuzz. Yes, that is definitely true. So it's smaller, comes down to the larger. What are these? Probably about 6 to 8 millimeter in size, maybe 10, and then smaller. And then here's this like off angled oval diamond ones. And then at the bottom, you have the same size as you do in the middle. So it's a really nicely balanced piece as well. And look at all this shimmer. I really, jade or jadeite? Yeah, I don't know. It could be, I mean, I think jade, Nightmare, I think jade is usually like a solid color, you know, like the purples, the pinks, the greens, those bracelets that, you know, they put on as young girls and never ever take off and can't get off, are usually like have a solid color. They don't have this black in them. So they're not dyed, because why would you dye something green? I don't know. I can't. I've learned a lot about stones. I've learned a lot about things that I didn't know that wasn't just costume jewelry in the last 2 years. And I've been pushing that knowledge and learning more about it all the time. But these stones are a mystery to me. But I think it's absolutely beautiful. And I think it's really fancy. I do. I think this is really fancy. I mean, this is like a going out necklace. Grass green. And clearly they put these black on because it picks up the black in the beads, right? And how long is that? That's probably about 18 to 20 inches. So let's see it on me. Yeah, I don't know. I need to do some more Googler. Need to take a picture of a couple of the beads and see what's happening. See if I can nail it down. There you go. Look at that. Yeah, it's about 18 inches. That's very pretty. Yeah, definitely a year-round simple elegance. Simple elegance. And it's not light, but it's not heavy. I have a bad neck, and if this was heavy, I couldn't wear it. I could wear this piece. There you go. Maybe that's what I should be doing. So again, it started at 36, and yeah, I think it's sexy. You know, this is not, sorry about that. My allergies. My cat is, because it's getting hot, is shedding like crazy. And it's not the hairs, it's the dander. And she's a short-haired cat, and she has a ton of dander. And so it's really been bugging me because it's getting hot here. Look at that. Yeah, year-round elegance. And even though this is gold tone, that cat's eye, where did it go? I have so many things down here now. I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. This cat's eye, copper, pink, and green would match. I get it. This is copper and this is gold tone. But I'm going to put the two together and show you what I'm saying. Just for the heck of it. This is my last piece. And I'm very eclectic, okay? And look at what I got on, I'm all about mix and match. Look at my, my different quilts up there, mix and match, all this stuff. I mean, I don't do things in like a color wave. I'm like, every color goes with everything. Let's just mix it up. Let's just get in there. So I think this cat's eye lavender and green would go really nicely with this. I don't know. That's just me. That's how I am. Okay, I'm going to put these pieces away. And I'm going to say that I'm very appreciative to everyone who showed up and hung out with me this evening. I hope everyone has a really peaceful, kind, and happy weekend. And if you're watching during the replay and there's anything you're interested in, drop it in the comments or send me an email and let me know. And please remember that we never know what's going on in people's lives. And so be kind, be compassionate, and lead with that before you assume that they're just a jerk, okay? Because you might be that one person who changes their entire day by smiling at them. Yeah, you just never know. Okay. Thank you. Good night, Buzz. Bye, Muppets and Nightmare. Bye, everyone who hung out. If you could give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. See you later.